If you just want the safest AM5 Mini-ITX board for most builds, I'd start with the ASUS Strix B850i Gaming Wi-Fi. But don't buy it blindly, because your case, CPU, and front USB-C port can make another board the smarter choice. In ITX, B850 versus X870 is not the real question. Power delivery, storage layout, BIOS recovery, and cooler clearance matter more. Get those right, and a cheaper board can feel better to build with than a $450 board you bought for features you never use. So stick around, you'll know exactly which board to buy, which one looks tempting but isn't, and for current prices, check the links in the description. If I keep you from a bad buy, a like genuinely keeps these guides coming. So let's start with the safest pick for most people. The safest pick for most builds is the ASUS ROG Strix B850i Gaming Wi-Fi. You get the modern AM5 features that actually matter, without paying X870 prices for them. That means Ryzen 7000, 8000, and 9000 support, Wi-Fi 7, PCIe 5.0 graphics, front USB-C, BIOS flashback, clear CMOS, and debug LEDs for when a build won't post. The ITX-specific reason to buy it is storage. With the right Ryzen chip, you get two M2 slots running at PCIe 5.0 speeds, a fast boot drive, and a second high-speed drive, with no add-in cards and no cable spaghetti to deal with in a tight case. The builder features matter just as much. Toolless M2 handling and quick GPU release sound like marketing fluff, until you're swapping an SSD with your fingers jammed between the cooler and the riser cable. In ITX, anything that makes maintenance painless earns its money back the first time you open the case. This isn't the board for a basic Ryzen 5 system with one drive. That's more board than you need. And if you specifically need USB 4, that's a different ASUS, and we'll get to it. But for a Ryzen 7 gaming build, a 9800 X3D system, or any compact high-end PC where you want the fewest regrets, this is the one. Now, if you want most of that for less money, there's a board that looks tempting on paper, but it comes with a catch you need to hear about first. That catch lives in the ASRock B850i Lightning Wi-Fi. On paper, this is the value pick of the year. You get AM5, B850, PCIe 5.0 graphics, one PCIe 5.0 M2 slot, one PCIe 4.0 M2 slot, 2.5 gig Ethernet, Wi-Fi 6E, and front USB-C. For a gaming PC, that covers everything you'd actually plug in. Then comes the part most of you are aware of. Gamers Nexus reported a wave of Ryzen 7 9800 X3D failures, and a large share of the reports they were tracking involved ASRock boards. ASRock has since pushed multiple BIOS updates to address stability and boot issues with newer X3D chips. That doesn't mean every ASRock board is broken. It means this isn't a board you set up once and forget about. If you buy it, flash the latest BIOS before you do anything else, leave PPO and auto-overclocking off, stick to a memory kit from the official support list, and buy from a retailer with an easy return window, not a third-party marketplace seller. Check the prices in the description before you commit. If it's significantly cheaper than the ASUS or the Gigabyte options coming up, the value still holds. But if it's only $20 or $30 cheaper, you're not getting paid enough to take on the extra setup work. Moving on, if you're actually building a small workstation or a creator PC instead of a gaming machine, this is where X870 finally earns its money. X870 only earns its price tag for one reason, and that reason is USB 4. If you use fast external NVMe drives, a USB-C dock, capture hardware, or you're building a compact creator workstation instead of just a gaming PC, the ASUS ROG Strix X870i Gaming Wi-Fi is the board to buy. You get dual USB 4 ports running at 40 gigabits per second, Wi-Fi 7, PCIe 5.0 graphics, Gen 5 M2 storage, and the full ROG package, including the Hive 2 external module that moves audio and key controls outside the case. The VRM is also the strongest design on this list on paper. The 10+2+1 power stage design with 110 amp stages is genuinely overbuilt for ITX, which matters if you're running a Ryzen 9 9950X3D under sustained workloads in a cramped case with limited airflow. For a normal gaming build, though, this is overkill. You pay more, the layout is denser, cooler clearance gets tighter, and reaching the second M2 slot means peeling back stacked heatsinks every time you want to add a drive. So don't buy this board because X870 sounds better than B850 on the box. Buy it because you can actually name the USB 4 device you're plugging in, or the workload your VRM needs to survive. If you can't name either one, the B850i is the smarter ASUS for half the headaches. Next, if you want a modern board that's easier to actually live with inside a cramped case, Gigabyte has a clean answer. The Gigabyte B850i AORUS Pro is the easy build pick. You still get the modern feature set, AM5, B850, full Ryzen 7000, 8000, and 9000 support, PCIe 5.0 graphics, one PCIe 5.0 M2 slot, one PCIe 4.0 M2 slot, Wi-Fi 7, 2.5 gig Ethernet, and QFlash Plus for BIOS recovery when something goes wrong. The reason to actually look at it, though, is the Easy Latch hardware. That sounds like marketing language until you're trying to release a graphics card from a Form-D T1 or a Lian Li A4 with your fingers wedged between the GPU, the riser cable, and the power supply. The latch lets you pop the card out without a screwdriver or a prayer, and the toolless M2 retention works the same way. No tiny screws to drop into the case and never find again. The 5-year warranty both on Amazon and NEWEGG is worth flagging too, because ITX boards take more abuse than ATX boards do. You handle them more, mount them in tighter spaces, and stress the headers every time you reroute a cable around the cooler. So the choice is straightforward. If this board is priced close to the ASUS B850i, take the ASUS. It's the stronger overall package, but if the Gigabyte is meaningfully cheaper, this is the no-regrets alternative, especially for a first ITX build. And for the cheapest sensible AM5 Mini-ITX route, you have to be honest about what you're trading away. The Gigabyte A620i-AX is the budget pick, but only on one condition. This isn't a board for a no-compromise build. It's a board for a Ryzen 5 7600 system, a stock 7800 X3D living room PC, or a compact AM5 setup where the money went to the GPU and the CPU instead of the motherboard. You get AM5, DDR5, Wi-Fi 6E, 2.5 gig Ethernet, a single PCIe 4.0 M2 slot, and a PCIe 4.0 graphics slot. For one SSD and a mid-range card, that's enough. What you give up is everything that makes the B850 boards feel modern. No PCIe 5.0 anywhere on the board. No CPU overclocking because A620 doesn't allow it at all. A simpler 5+2+1 VRM design that I would not choose for a hot Ryzen 9 under sustained load. And the upgrade ceiling is essentially capped. Whatever CPU you put in today is roughly the most this board will ever comfortably run. So the rule is simple. Only buy a 620 if the savings are real. If a B850 board is anywhere close in price, skip the savings and buy the better platform. The extra money can be worth it on a build you plan to keep for years. Now let's talk about 5 mistakes that ruin Mini-ITX AM5 builds. First, don't buy by chipset alone. X870 isn't automatically the right call, and A620 isn't automatically wrong. Your case, cooler, and SSD plan decide the chipset, not the other way round. Second, check your case's front USB-C header before you order. If the board doesn't match what the case provides, that expensive front port is unused or downgraded. Third, don't cheap out on the motherboard if you're running a Ryzen 9 or a hot X3D chip. ITX has less room for VRM cooling than ATX, and a $180 board feeding a 9950 X3D under sustained all-core load is a regret waiting to happen. Fourth, don't overpay for PCIe 5.0 SSDs in a case with weak airflow. A good Gen 4 drive runs cooler, lasts longer, and is invisible in real-world workloads anyway. And fifth, remember that ITX is a system, not a board. The motherboard, the cooler, the GPU, the riser, the PSU, and the case all have to fit together. One bad measurement, and the side panel won't close on the build you've spent $2,000 on. To sum it up, here's how you should decide. For most people building an AM5 Mini-ITX PC in 2026, buy the ASUS ROG Strix B850i gaming Wi-Fi. The split from there is simple. Pick the ASRock Lightning only if it's meaningfully cheaper and you'll update the BIOS on day one. Pick the X870i only if you need USB 4, not want, need. Pick the AORUS Pro if it's cheaper than the ASUS, and this is your first ITX build. Pick the A620i only if you're building a budget Ryzen 5 system, and every dollar matters. The rule that fits on a sticker: buy the B850i unless you can name the exact reason another board fits your build better. Get this right, and you'll close the case knowing you didn't overpay, and didn't build a system that fights you every time you open it. Don't forget that current prices move fast, so the links in the description are your real-time gut check before you commit. And if this video saved you from a $200 mistake, a like tells YouTube to push it to the next person staring at a checkout screen.